Well, I've already started playing the game. I haven't beat it yet, but I'm going to start from the beginning and do basically look for every hidden treasure or artifact. Try to get it down. My first time that I started playing, I was just doing a quick run through to get a feel for the game, but it's a pretty dope game if you haven't got it yet or haven't played it yet. I mean, it shows a whole nother side to Kratos. We haven't seen this side of him before. It's pretty great. So, I went with give me a challenge before, but since I'm going to be more of looking for stuff, I'm going to go with balanced. Obviously, we got our boy Kratos here going through some shit. And if you've just seen this, shows pretty hard part for Kratos. It's definitely aged since the last games came out, and we're just noticing that he no longer has his chains wrapped around his forearm like we're used to seeing on him. Part of his life he just hasn't gotten through, I guess. I see I got a viewer. Please drop a like, subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. It's a new channel. Gonna try and put some more stuff up.
Get in the boat, boy.
If you have any questions, go ahead, comment on it. So, as we're starting off with his son, which for the most part, he's a part of the game. There's some parts of the game that he's not a part of, but he's pretty much the main portion of the game.
Boy. That is enough.
Father?
What?
Did something change? The forest feels different.
Everything is different, boy. Try not to dwell on it.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a very sad opening for us, as you'll understand soon. gonna try and play as long as I can. As you probably know, it gets kind of tiresome playing video games. But there's a pretty epic fight scene that comes up soon, so stay tuned for that if you haven't seen it yet. Kid's pretty young to have tattoos, but that's okay. Olden days, whatever.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
So, if you couldn't tell, that's his mother,
Oh, there
and
do
she's
they call to
died.
me. Oh, there do they call to me.
Pretty rough stuff for a child to go
Oh,
through.
there do they call to me.
If you're a fan of God of War, you'll know that
She's ready.
Kratos' first wife died a while ago, along with his child. So, you know this is hitting him pretty hard, but he's no stranger to this.
Find your way home. You are free.
I'm sorry.
Squeeze. This knife. It was hers. Now it is yours. She taught you to hunt.
She knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
Pretty emotional stuff.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
In the direction of deer.
Okay,
Very blunt
this way.
and not very descriptive or helpful in terms of. You just know how Kratos is.
Why are we doing this now?
I need to know you can
Had it
survive
rough.
the journey.
Then we leave for the mountain?
Depends on you. Hunt. What did you find?
Tracks. Not deer, though. I'll keep looking.
So you're gonna find things on the ground all over the place, like all the other games.
Boy, you missed these.
Huh. Close. But also not deer. See? Tips are too wide.
This boy is wise.
Your mother taught you well.
Yeah.
So just scouting around looking for hidden things like this chest. Make sure you get it now, because chances are you're not going to be coming back here, or at least not in this first area.
I'll see what's up ahead.
And we have this item. You're looking for those. There's multiple different sets of artifacts, as you can probably
More
guess.
tracks.
Yeah. But they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Good.
Oh! Now what?
You know exactly what, child.
This way, boy.
Hup! Oh. Wait, deer tracks. They're fresh. This way. Ah! Found it!
Slow down, boy.
Sorry.
You are hunting deer, not chasing it.
Yes, Father.
It's another chest.
He broke our bridge. How are we gonna get across?
Step aside.
So this is the axe. Pretty dope weapon that we got here. Different than most weapons we've seen. It's got some magical properties, as you know. Kratos doesn't really use non-magical items. Mostly because, well, he's the god of war. That's his thing.
Wow.
This axe,
Go.
it's pretty nice.
Oh.
And watch how
Here.
this happens. Whoa! Look at that.
There it is.
Hold. What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire. Only fire. When I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better. Find it. Find it.
So, Kratos obviously still has an anger problem.
My bow!
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
So this is where we get to see his battles. So you can freeze some enemies, and then you you can use your hands as well. But if you take the X out, they unfreeze. But if you leave it in, they stay frozen for a little while. Doesn't last indefinitely, as you can see. Those are some pretty low-level enemies. And you can evade. Yeah.
Trogger. They've never come this close to our woods before.
Keep moving.
You'll find green and red things like that that you can use to fill up your health bar and your rage bar.
Here's this way. I can see more tracks. Or we can follow you.
Wide variety of enemies that you'll come across. Some will prove to be more difficult. And the cool thing about the system in this God of War is everybody has their own type of gameplay. They play the game differently. I kind of just...
They were just hungry.
What?
The wolves. They weren't mean. They were starving.
Yes, I imagine they were.
Oh. The only best way I could describe my type of gameplay is probably I take risks, which leads to me dying a lot, but it's how I figure out more about the enemies and how to defeat them. It comes down to a lot of button mashing, that's for sure.
Which way?
Mind the edge, boy.
And we're back here. Oh, we're gonna go check out over here.
Should we be in here?
You're gonna come across a lot of chests like this, and they're not all gonna be the same, but quite a few of them are going to be you destroying these pots with little runes on them. And once they all only have 3. Some of them prove to be a little more difficult to find than others, and so they're all different. But it's like little other games, like you had to find special things like that to make your health have more health. And same with your rage bar.
Up there! You went in the old temple. But Mom told me never to go in there.
We do what we please, boy. No excuses.
In other words, fuck what your mom said. Sorry for the language.
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
We should get closer. I went hunting with Mother a bunch of times. She never wanted to take me. Why now?
It was her wish. And it was time.
Okay.
Axe, it doesn't just damage them on the way, but it can also be damage them on the way back if you place it correct. Also, if you aim for their feet, you can definitely knock them down. Like so. Sometimes I like to use my hands. Drop a like and subscribe. Got any questions? Be happy to answer them. Welcome to my swamp. Guess I can't go in there yet. Ah, yes. That's what I thought. So. There's another area that's hidden. It's got some treasures in it. Got some more enemies in it. Some wolves.
I half expected there to be a troll under that bridge.
You are not ready for trolls, boy.
I know, I just... Yes, Father.
If you want to have an easier time throughout the game, I'd recommend looking for the extra money so you can afford the better equipment. And if you don't have the game yet, I would recommend getting it. It's a pretty nice add to the story of Kratos.
Atreus, follow me.
I think it shows a better side of him, or a different side. Not a better side, but a different side. Much older, wiser side of him. It's definitely aged.
It's open.
So in this instance, you're going to want to use your axe to freeze the gear in place
Clever.
so that it doesn't drop down on you. Hag silver, that's the money of the realm in this instance. So, get as much of that as you can.
Nice. Where are you going? I think he's this way.
After we get done with this hunting portion, hunting this deer, there's a pretty dope fight scene between a god. So, if you would like to stick around for that, please do. Kind of kicks off the whole journey and everything. Now these things, you want to stay back, but you throw your axe at them, they explode. Sometimes they uncover hidden things. And you have these instances, you're going to find stuff like that, and that's going to have money in it. And then you have that, which clears that portion right there. Oftentimes you'll find items and things in those little chests and stuff. So you're going to find a lot of these,
Over here.
and the boy will decipher them and then we'll add it to your
It's
lore book.
Swollen the giant wolves who chase the sun and moon.
And you can read them here. The giants left behind shrines that tell stories from their history. I loved these stories when Mom had told them. Let's see how many we can find. Every shrine tells a story of a giant of legend. Dope. The child will usually tell you the story, not in great detail, but this is what that story was about. Skull and Hadi, wolf giants. Skull chases the sun, Hadi, or however you say it, chases the moon. What happens when they catch their prey? Looks like a massive fight. Odin, Thor, the world serpent. Could it be? The world serpent does make an appearance pretty early in the show, in the game, but and we're back to this point. So freeze the gears, take out your axe, boom. Let's go get this deer.
Father, look.
Wait for my mark.
This is when we learn to use
Do not think of it as an animal.
this child in battle.
A target. Clear
And
your
hold
mind.
L2
Steady your aim and breathe in.
to
Exhale
aim.
and release.
Use the right thumbstick to place the crosshairs where you want, and then you hit square to use them in battle.
I got it.
Good.
It's still alive.
If you're a hunter, or if you've ever been hunting, you know that sometimes this
The
happens,
knife.
and you must do what you must.
No. Finish what you started.
And obviously this boy is yet naive, but he grows a lot throughout this journey in this game.
I can't.
True. These guys, they might seem pretty tough and rough, but honestly, they're not. And you just gotta dodge a lot. It just takes time to knock their health down.
Okay, just tell me when to shoot.
Now, the child can't die. This obviously doesn't have a hard block. So if you gotta use them for distracting enemies by having them shoot arrows at them, then do it. A lot of dodging. It's a good thing they didn't give the son a health bar because he gets in the way a lot. If he did, he'd be dying often and you'd be having to start off way too much. Whoop. Now, his son doesn't know that Kratos is a god, let alone the god of war, but since he's Kratos' son, he's also a god in his own right, but he also does not know that. Still a pretty brutal game.
That's what you did!
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.
I am ready.
Do not speak again.
Those tougher enemies, we probably call them sub-bosses, drop some decent loot. Sometimes they'll drop items that you can use. Sometimes I like to just throw this axe as far as possible and then wait for it to hit. See how long it takes to get back. Nice. You'll see these markings on walls and other items that you can use to climb on or whatever. So if you ever feel lost or you don't know how to get over something, that's the way. So here's when we learn what stunning items or not items, where stunning your enemies does. Gruesome. Kill your enemies much faster. You'll find these all over the place. They're locks on doors.
Still
Eventually,
can't keep the doors
throughout
open,
the game, you're going to find the item that you need to get through those. And they'll have many different things. Sometimes treasures, sometimes Valkyries, which they're pretty strong. I've yet to beat one. Because honestly, they just move so fast. I've only found one Valkyrie so far, but I also just got to the point where I have the item that opens those doors. What I like to do when there's two enemies is freeze one of them with the axe and then beat down the other one. Boom. Yes, these enemies aren't usually affected by the axe because they have the Biofrost on them. But sheer axe is a Biofrost weapon.
I told you something was different about the forest.
And I told you not to speak.
I think Kratos' child is going to end up with some daddy issues when he grows up. Unfortunately. Why did I jump down there? Don't know. So,
But why would a fire troll burn Mother's garden? And since when are Draugrs so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked them?
I do not know. Now be silent.
this is
I almost hope.
what sets off the journey right about here. So I'm just gonna let you all watch this and I'm gonna keep quiet for a minute.
You lost control.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you...
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine. Come on then.
You want me to hit?
I want you to try.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
Cut it out!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again. Your anger. You can get lost in it. That ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
What was that?
Quiet.
Come on out! There's no use hiding anymore. I know who you are.
What's going on? Do you know him?
More importantly, I know what you are.
Boy, beneath the floor. Now.
But you told me never to go down there. Who is that?
I do not know.
What's he talking about?
I do not know. Get in.
Just tell me what I want to know. No need for this to get bloody.
I thought you'd be bigger. But you're definitely the one. Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is,
Approaching Kratos all wrong.
You should move on.
And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us, so much smarter. And yet you hide out here in the woods, like a coward.
You do not want this fight.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Ooh. Bitch slap.
Leave my home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
I
Uh-oh.
warned you.
Finally.
You would not listen.
Fine. My turn.
Uh-oh.
How incredibly disappointing. Come on, then.
Now this fight is harder. I'd say it's probably the hardest fight that I've had to do throughout the whole game up to where I am at this point. And this is a new game, but I haven't I had a saved game farther ahead than this, but it's a pretty hard battle.
Come on already.
Comes with a lot of blocking, dodging, and getting attacks in when you can. If you block at the right moment, you can get an edge on them. But if you don't, you're going to pay the price.
Tell me what I want. Pain stops real simple.
Why are there two beds in
Struck a nerve, did I? Who are you hiding?
Slow and old. You should never come to Midgard. So, care to try again?
You talk too much.
You won't talk? Fine. Maybe whoever it is you got stashed in that house will.
Uh-oh. Opened up the rage.
Let's find out. For me. What are you hiding? You are a fool. Leaving so soon? When Odin sent me here, I just needed answers, but you had to act all proud. Throw whatever you have at me. I'll keep coming. That old body will give out. But before I end this, I want you to know one thing. I can't feel any of this. You've seen it with your own eyes. You can't hurt me. Nothing can. This fight is pointless. Your struggle is pointless. It didn't have to be this way. Pathetic! You can't win! I feel nothing! But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother. And if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But no. Let's finish this.
Let's do just that.
I feel nothing! I feel nothing!
So yeah, Kratos took some lessons from some UFC fighters. Rear naked choke.
I'd hope that you, of everyone I've faced, would finally make me feel something, but
cannot stay here.
And that kicks off the journey.
Boy.
There was so much. I thought. You're all right.
I am all right. Come. Gather your things. We are leaving.
Thought I wasn't ready.
You are not. But we have no choice now. Prove me wrong.
Yes, sir. The mountain. It's gonna be a long trip.
Yes, but an important one.
Whoa. How did this happen?
So it's been a wild first hour of the game. A lot of things happened, but this is about where I'm gonna get off, at least on here. So damage done by that fight. And eventually we'll be able to come back and destroy this. This weapon just ain't cutting it. And then once that happens, once we get the other weapons, which I think you're gonna like those other weapons, but thanks for viewing. Come into my swamp. It's been a like and subscribe. Can keep things going. I'll probably come back on tomorrow night.
We have a complete set of those now.
And yeah. Keep this right under an hour. Right over an hour.